Today we're getting a little crazy. Getting a little crazy on this wonderful Friday morning or afternoon, I guess, depending on where you are, or evening. First and foremost, excuse my voice. I'm a little under the weather, so if I sound a little funny, a little nasally, that is why. Turtles, what is up? Before I get started, I want to say, first and foremost, I haven't updated alerts on my channel yet, but for anyone that has followed, anybody that has subscribed, thank you, thank you. I am very, very appreciative of the support. It means a lot to me, so thank you if you've done that. The list we're running today is unconventional, to say the least. Our main deck has not changed much, pretty consistent with what we've been doing in the past. The only difference is we shaved a blooming marsh and we've added in a breeding pool. Breeding pool is to facilitate what we are doing in the sideboard. So the card that made me want to try a blue splash is this one right here, Dress Down. A lot of the cards that are problematic for our deck, this card answers. Cards out of Scam, cards out of Murktide, cards out of Creativity, particularly Archon, Murktide, answers a lot of cards out of the Domain deck as well. So I thought that this was a worthy card to be tested. I don't expect this to be better than the regular version, but I do think that this is a really powerful card, and I think it could blow some people out over the course of playing it if people aren't expecting it. In addition, we are running 2 Flusterstorm in the sideboard. I kind of threw these in just so I could lean into the blue splash a little bit more. They're taking up the spots that Necromentia normally takes. So I expect this to be good in a lot of the same matchups. It's not going to be brought in against something like Tron, but all the other matchups you would bring in Necromentia, I think this would be a worthy inclusion as well. Rest of the sideboard, all the usual suspects. 3 Endurance, 2 Force of Vigor, 1 Hapatra, 1 Scavenging Ooze, 2 Thoughtseize, and the Might. And the Might. So we're going to jump into a league, and we're going to see how Blue Splash Bug Yawg performs. So let's give it a go. We are jumping in. This is match 1 of our Modern League. We are against Woe_no. We are on the draw. Our opening 7 is fine. We're going to keep this. Let's see what they're doing. Audio is good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so leading on Scalding Tarn right off the bat. Deck that comes to mind is Murktide. Let's see if this is a Ragavan. Serum Visions. You do not see that much these days. So that immediately takes him off of a Cascade deck, so... what are they doing? 1 top, 1 bottom. Oh my, how the mighty have fallen. Serum Visions. That is a card we do not see these days. I'm going to lead on a Bop. Yeah, I'm going to lead on the Bird. I thought about going Yawgmoth, but I think Bird is the move there. Yeah, game 1 pool doesn't do anything, but game 2... oh, okay. Okay. I have not played against Storm in I don't know how long. Alright, so... game plan here, Endurance is going to be big game. They can turn 3 us, so there's a chance that we just lose on our next turn. But if they don't, like, we have a potential turn 3 kill here with double Wolf. So if we do get another turn, we could potentially win on our turn. This Storm was actually the first modern deck I ever played, which it was a very different deck at that time. It had Treasure Cruise in it, but all right, we might just be dead here. Flusterstorm might be pretty good in this matchup. I don't think we have any way to interact with what they're doing right now. Okay, so we'll do the math here. I always forget which one goes to their hand and which one goes to the graveyard. Chosen cards go into the graveyard. 3, 5, 6. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We'll put Morphos and Past in Flames in the graveyard. Jund Living End. That's a sweet deck. Living End, that was actually one of the decks I was considering building when I first got back into the format. I could not tell you the last time I played against Storm. It has been so long. They have quite a bit of mana here. Another Gifts. The thing with Storm is there's always the opportunity to punt, even when it feels like you're winning. So we're going to let our opponent do their thing, play it out. So we will put Grape Shot and Manamorphose into the bin, and they're representing another Past in Flames. Yep. Okay. So this is pretty straightforward at this point. All right, they got it. We're down a game against Storm. All right, game 2. We're gonna bring in some interaction. Card I'm thinking about, Dress Down, probably not good enough. I think these 7 should do the job. I probably shouldn't have cleared my throat right into the microphone there. My bad. Yes, Storm against a deck with heavy discard is always it's always trouble for the Storm deck. I wonder if we just pull out all the Grist. I feel like that might be the move. If they go empty plan, Hapatra might be decent. Cord is just a little slow, which is why I'm pulling that. Yawgmoth doesn't really do anything. I mean, it facilitates an early combo, but I think we're more of like the control deck here. And maybe a wall. How do I feel about that? I think I'm going to leave one Grist in just to have access to it, and we'll shave a Geist. Or maybe shave another wall. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. I like having Grist as just a 1 of tutor target. This hand would be great if we had a way to cast our spells, but we do not. So we'll go down to 6. And this hand is leaning really hard on Ooze, but I think it's a keep. And I think we dump probably the bird. Yeah, and I do have to keep that in mind. Oh, I should have kept the bird for that reason. That was a mistake. And Verdant, we might need to fetch blue source with our Verdant here. They bolt in our bird. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. So they have like I guess a transformational plan that they're enacting here. Aether Vial is definitely not normal out of Storm. I mean, if that's their game plan to get their dork down, to get their storm creature down, it's a little unusual though. Yeah, you don't exactly see those together, and they're stuck on 1 land, and they put 2 on the top. Here, I think we get our Dryad Arbor. Because it gives us another point of interaction with what they're doing. Interesting. Now, I have to imagine they have a land on tap, and I have to imagine they're putting like a Baral into play. I want to draw into a fetch land here. Okay, we're good. Alright, we have some insurance now. Mead, if you hit refresh, it should say modern, I think. They're playing some unusual cards, but we are too, so... Oh, that part, yes. Let me change that. Thank you, thank you. Oh. All right, we're in business. How's everybody's Friday going so far? The thing with Fluster is it's all about the timing. So we do need to time this properly. Storm is challenging to play against because they can bait you. They can make you do things. Obviously, they're not expecting Flusterstorm, but Zane, you're working right now? You're multitasking, as they say. Draws a card with Consider. Now the question is, do we tip our hand and do we fetch now? And I think we do. Okay, Black Source, not terrible. I guess getting out the second Geist gives us... They're almost dead. I didn't even realize that. They're at 9. We can put them to 1. It's interesting they're vialing this in after blocks. Like, they can't block at this point. So it might have been a little bit of a misstep from our opponent. So if I can find an Endurance, we just win. I think I draw a couple more here. You also have to be aware not to just get natural stormed. Okay, there's an Endurance. So that gives us the win. Yeah, the only issue with proliferating at this point is the fact that I'm a little light on black sources. They do not have much life left. My friend, you are dead. All right. Okay, game 3. I don't think we really change anything. I don't think we even care about the vials. I think if that's what they want to do, that's what they do. What's up, Predicted? Alright. I think this is a keep here. They're mulliganing to 6. They mulligan to 5. Vile Storm, did you have something to do with this? Did you have a part in this deck that they are playing? For the reason of the Vile, I think we probably hold the Besage. Excuse me. You may have encouraged it. May have had something to do with it. Alright, they're on 5 cards. Guys, give me 1 second. This one. Bring your headphones. All right, we back. Serum Visions, and they bottom both. All right. I'm gonna shock here. Put our Goblin Shaman into play and pass the turn. There's an Electromancer. So we are theoretically on the clock here. That was a good draw. Wolf. Thoughtseize. Let's see what you got going on. I almost want to bait them here. I do, but I don't. Maybe we take the bolt, make them use their resources, and then fluster the gifts. And then on the next turn we can get like Scavenging Ooze or Endurance. I think I'm going to take that line. I'm going to bait them here. Let's see if they pick up on it. All right, there's the Morphos. All right, this is actually really good for us. As long as they didn't draw like another ritual. So they have 1 mana floating. Storm is going to be 4. I'm sorry, my friend. There's a bit of hesitation here. All right, they have Braid. They're hellbent now. think that was the right play, getting rid of the bolt. This is clip worthy right here. Blue splash already proving its worth. It's actually not a bad draw. Start pressuring their life total a little bit. Play out the peatland. So next turn we can get Grist and kill their Electromancer, and then they're just like... they're pretty dead in the water, I think, at that point. Time to go Pound Town. I agree. Alright, they... one top, one bottom. They kept the card in their hand with the... they consider they liked whatever it was. So here I think I'm going to get Grist. Kill their Electromancer. And then hit for 3. From here, I feel like they're going to need a pretty perfect sequence of draws to be able to come back in this game. Okay. Okay. So I don't think, unless they have like Ritual, Past in Flames, that's the only situation where we could lose, of which they'd have to draw that blind off the top. I think I might actually keep the bird in hand, just to give me an out if we, you know, to draw into an endurance, just in case. Alright, they got 2 mana. If they have Past in Flames in hand, they could go off from here. Alright. I wonder if we just lose. No. We should be okay as long as they don't draw into another Ritual. Let me make sure. Okay, chosen cards go to graveyard. So I need to put Past in Flames and Ritual to the graveyard. So they'll go up to 3, 4. They can only flash back the Past in Flames unless they top deck something with the Manamorphose. They played land for turn already too, so they can't use another land. And them seeing my breeding pool up is making them second guess their life choices. See, the thing is, if we get another turn, we can grist down their Electromancer as well, which we most definitely will be doing. It's been an interesting match so far, right? Game of inches. All right. They're going for it. And even if they do hit, we do have outs. So sequencing wise, that's the right move. Did they hit? Wow, they drew the piff off the top. Wow. All right. Endurance one time. That is not endurance. Wow, we lose. Wow, they got us. Yeah, Zeagle, that was why I left the peatland up and the bird in my hand. I don't want to say our opponent got lucky, but they got a little lucky. Alright. We don't need to watch all this. They got us. We will concede. Guarantee best next card is an endurance. Nope, not an endurance. Alright, we are playing against Spico. This is match 2 of our Modern League. We are on the play. Yeah, Vile didn't really play too much of a role in that match, though. Opening 7 solid. We'll keep this. We see a Kaheera on the other side, so we're thinking either control or elementals. Yeah, his hand is very solid. Regardless of what we're playing against, this does mean it's likely going to be a fairly grindy matchup, which I'm not too thrilled about. But take what you can get. Double Grist is fine. Regardless of which matchup we're playing against, like, they're going to have an answer for... They'll likely have an answer for one of the Grists, so having the second one's not bad. Bolting my bird. Alright, so we're thinking elementals here. Finding a 2-drop would be best case scenario. That is not a 2-drop. The fact we're on the play here, though, is a pretty big deal, though, which is nice. Their mana base is a little weird. They might not be on elementals. This might just be like a Jeskai control build or something like that. Or it might just be to facilitate leyline binding. Or they might have Fire Ice in the list. Yeah, this feels like control. Grist is down, and that's why we're okay having a second one here. Our mana is pretty good at this point. I could shock in the Tomb, which lets us play out Geralf's if we do draw it. And since life total isn't too much of an issue in this matchup, I think that's fine. I guess we do have the Hierarch as well, but... see if they have an answer to the second Grist here. They have 5 cards in hand. This feels just kind of like a Jeskai control list. Grist is biting the dust again. But now we have a window to resolve our Yawgmoth, so this will get us up on card advantage. As long as we draw into a land with our Yawg, we'll be able to get the Geist down. Alright, there's our land. I guess I could have done that pre-combat to get a little more damage in. Maybe that was better that way. And now we're just going to hold. I'm going to let them make the move. So our board state, if they do have something like... interesting. Oh, so they are running elementals. If they do have something... this feels like a Fury. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to kill this and draw 5 cards. Ish. As long as they don't have an Endurance. So they only have 3 cards in hand. Not a great draw there. We call that refueling. Refueling and retooling. Okay, so game plan here is going to get Grist and Endurance in the same play, in the same turn cycle. It's Grist number 3. And we're pretty close to an ultimate with our Grist as well, like ultimate being lethal. Put another Yawg in the graveyard though, which is stinky. They're on their back foot, but they can recover card advantage. Like if they go Prismatic Ending into like Teferi, they can get themselves back in the game pretty quickly. Or this card. Risen Reef. Best draw for us is a Yawgmoth, obviously, or something that gets us a Yawgmoth. This feels like another Risen Reef. There's the Teferi, okay. Oh, that was a mistake. I was supposed to cast out the Endurance. I was daydreaming over here. That was bad. Not the end of the world, but not good. So I think I lead with an attack. On the Teferi. I don't think they're going to block, but... The reason I'm playing out the Dryad Arbor this turn instead of the Peat Land is just so I have an extra creature, just in case they flash in a Solitude in response to this Grist activation. They have 3 cards in hand. Our hand isn't great, so they can definitely still climb their way back into this. This is another Risen Reef, it feels like. An uncounterable Risen Reef. They pulled 2 lands off their Risen Reefs so far. The fact that they're fetching to me says that they probably have a creature. Like a Solitude. Okay, that's not a big deal. Kaheera goes to hand. And Kaheera represents an extra card. I think we're going to flash in this Endurance and target ourselves with it just to recycle some of our Yawgmoths that are in the bin. Okay, and that was a very good draw. I actually think I lead with the Evo on the Endurance. Or maybe not. Endurance attack Ren and 6. Geist and Arbor attack them. And then we'll mow them down afterwards. They might just scoop here. So I could draw a couple more cards. Okay, they scoop. Little do they know we only have 5 lands in our hands. And we're going to draw 2 more. Okay. Game 2. It didn't seem like they were necessarily playing Binding. Dress Down. This is a matchup for Dress Down. Not sure about these guys as of yet. Yawgmoth is kind of medium. Birds are medium. Innkeeper is medium. I'm not going to bring in both endurances. I'll bring in one. And then I think we can shave another wolf. Yeah, Dress Down on Fury will feel pretty good. I think we can shave an Evo as well. I mean, in our first match, the blue splash was very impactful. It's just our opponent just top decked exactly what they needed. See what our opponent's doing. Our opening 7 is a little slow. I think we have to mulligan that. I think our 6 is a little bit better. And we'll get rid of a Beseiju. It still isn't great, but it's a keep. They kept their 6-card hand. So you have to figure, that changes the math a little bit. I was almost tempted to play out the Yawgmoth on turn 1, but I think Hierarch's probably going to die, but just because of the prospect of a turn 2 Grist, I think we have to play it out. Oh, didn't get bolted. I guess there's a Ren and 6 coming out here. Or not. Okay. Things are looking up here. This is very good for us. I think I'm gonna fetch Shock here. We're not getting our blue source as of yet. That will probably be the next one we fetch for. Cavern naming Ren and 6. Is that legal? Can you do that? Interesting, they shock there. Okay. Excuse me. That's gross. Not the best Veil of Summer. They're trying to get me. They're not really doing much over there. Huh. I think we'll start with an attack for 2. Plus, we'll play out the Peatland. We'll play out a Yawgmoth. I'm not sure if I want to play out both. They could have their own dress down. They also could have like a Supreme Verdict. Like that line specifically, dress down into Verdict. And next turn we'll still be able to like Yawgmoth, Court into Yawg, and then we should be able to go crazy from there. See if they play out an Omnath here. That's what it feels like. A minimally impactful Omnath. Not an Omnath. This is a Risen Reef. Okay. Sure. They are representing Ephemerate here. They are not representing any form of counter magic, though. They're thinking. I'm going to lead on an insect. Or 2. A Yawgmoth. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think we're just going to attack with our one Yawgmoth. We'll see if they block and try to Ephemerate here. That's what we're kind of trying to bait them into. See if that's the line they take. We would love to see that. Block, Ephemerate. Do it. Ah, they didn't take the bait. Unfortunate. Alright, but given the way things stand, now Mr. Yawgmoth is coming to play. They could like Solitude Ephemerate, yeah, which is, that's annoying. But, I mean, we have so many creatures in play that we can really mow down their board state. They're going to draw quite a few cards, but so will we. They'll draw 2, and they'll get rid of 2 of our creatures here. I'm assuming there's an Ephemerate here. Yeah, here it comes. I think this is our... We only have 2 Yawgmoths in the deck right now, if I remember correctly. Oh, no. Yeah, we boarded out 2 of them. We still have a land drop, though. So if I can get a Geist. Start with this one. Alright, so that represents a creature. Yeah, imagine if I had dressed down there. That would have been nice. Alright, no, it doesn't represent a creature. That kind of sucks. Another Yawg is fine. I think we'll play out our Dryad Arbor. Pass the turn. Ephemerate got only two-thirds of its value. This feels like a Fury. Okay, here's Fury. We have a plan for this guy, so not the end of the world. Trading a lot of resources back and forth here. I think we lead on Grist Plus. We're likely going to be sacrificing our Dryad Arbor. And then we have Endurance to flash it back into the deck. Okay, that's nice. Now, as long as we don't draw the breeding pool. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll see if this is a blowout or not. I feel like next turn we should be pretty good. Kaheera into hand. Okay, a little strange. Alright, secret's out. Breeding pool is in play. Alright, Geist is really good. How many creatures do we have in our graveyard? We got 6. I wonder if we can just win. Yeah, we can just win from here. Play out the Besage. I guess if they have an Endurance, we wouldn't. We'll wait one more turn. Okay, and they scoop. We got there. Yeah, I had lethal, but I was playing around Endurance there. So that was the consideration. We didn't really need to force anything. Like, we had everything they could potentially do covered. So there was no reason to force it. Well, the thing is, if I dress down, like if they have Endurance, yes, I can prevent them from bringing that back, but they'll have a blocker for one of my creatures, so I won't be able to kill them. Alright, we're playing against Water Frag. This is match 3 of our Modern League. We are currently 1-1, and we are on the play. Opening 7 is pretty decent. We'll keep it. Don't bolt our bird. Already qualified for Season 2. Zane, crushing as always. Yeah, this is kind of like the perfect hand as long as we can pull another land. It's really the texture of what we want every time we draw an opening 7. Zane, where are you playing your Winnabox? Alright, draw the land. We're gonna play out their fetch. Stomping Ground to me says maybe there's Blood Moons on the horizon, so I'm gonna leave that up just in case. I don't see a Obosh though, which a lot of times the Blood Moon decks are running, so standard deck. Okay, Triumph. So this feels like creativity. Alright, so we'll fetch and we'll put a Tomb in tapped. No chance they're running Blood Moon with that in the deck. Alright, we're going to play out the Grist. We do want to hit our 4th land next turn, obviously, for Yawgmoth, but getting the Grist down is more important than getting the bird down, and also the bird is fodder, as they say. This feels like a Kiki. Oh, okay. Played against this a couple of times on camera. It's only when I'm streaming that I play against this deck. Okay, so there's our 4th land drop, which is really good. I wonder, can we... We're like really close to a kill. And I wonder if... Is that the move, or is it... I feel like we need to kill the Dryad. Like, that's priority number 1. And then next turn we can chord for a messenger and kill them. The fact that they just played out the Dryad there, there's one of 2 reasons. 1, they have another one, or 2, they're just trying to ramp themselves a turn quicker. Kill the Dryad. Yeah, there's too much on the line with Dryad on the board. Turtles, you're moving this weekend. Where are you moving to? So I'm never sure with these decks if they have... Like, I kind of expect the potential for, like, Remand or some form of counter magic. So I want to leave back 6 for the Court of Calling. So we're going to attack Yawgmoth and Yawgmoth. Sure. They have 2 mana up. If they have something like Remand, they can get us. They're on their back foot right now. I think we can play reactively here. Like, the onus is really on them to do something right now. And obviously we're telegraphing that we have a chord based on the fact we didn't attack with the insect, but it's not really a big deal. Can't tell if I'm warm or if I'm cold right now. I'm trying to, my body temperature is all over the place. It's like I'm going through menopause right now. Coffee's probably not helping either. All right, what are you doing? Dryad, sure. All right, here we're going to chord in response. All right, so chord resolves. And we're not going to go all the way with a kill here. We're just going to protect our wolf. And then just move to our turn, depending on what they do. So we can continue to play a little bit more reactively. We will win in a moment. So the insurance policy here is a third Undire. I would imagine just having a Blood Artist is probably good enough as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Playing this game very, very cautiously, but I think we have the ability to do that. Okay, they're at 5 life now. And now we can get ourselves a Blood Artist and just kill them from here. Okay, and they scoop. Yeah, a little more drawn out than it needed to be, but still good. I think Dress Down's probably pretty good in this matchup. Maybe Flusterstorm. It's not clear if they have Bring to Light or not. I mean, they probably have Scapeshift, though. I don't hate Force of Vigor either. I think Dress Down's probably good. Flusterstorm probably not. I think those 7. Once again, we shave Birds, shave Young Wolf. They have Ren in 6. Endurance. I like having access to Endurance when they're playing Ren in 6 decks, but probably shave Agrist. second Yawgmoth. Maybe one of the Force of Vigors. I think that's fine. Dress down almost serves as if it was Force of Vigor in a sense. And that if they go for the combo, we just dress down and it keeps them off of it. Sand is very reactive, very slow. I didn't really give this a lot of thought. Maybe I should have mulliganed this. They don't really have a ton of turn 1 plays. They could have Veil of Summer, which is a pretty big blowout. But I think we have to play into it here just to cut them off of Renin 6 if they have it. Hopefully not. No Veil. I think they would have. That's unfortunate. I'm not sure why there was a pause there. All right, they have a Veil. Brutal. Now if they have Renin 6, just like the tempo they get off of that is just so much. All right, no Renin 6. That's good. Wasn't a bad draw. Like we can go Wolf into Grist. See if they have a Dryad here. No Dryad, okay. Hitting their land drops. It's interesting they shocked there. Not exactly sure what they're representing. I mean, they're representing like a remand or something like that. I think we just wait on the Evo. If we do see remand this game, I might board out some number of Evos as well. Could be Spiral, you're right. It's probably more realistic. That is Spiral. Okay, no, so they do have remand. Good to know. Okay, so still representing remand. And the question is, can we turn their Chalice against them at some point? Alright, we're gonna get our breeding pool here. So we might need to play into this remand at this point. Like, very clear that's what they're representing. They need to hit double land to kill us, most likely. I think we play into it here. We'll give them Just because, I mean, we're behind right now, so we need to do something. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Interesting. I was not expecting that. Oh, okay. Our best draw is probably a fetch land, I think. That's actually not bad. What did we board in here? So we could chord for messenger and then try to kill next turn. Sure. All right, take a hit. They're still leaving up mana that's representative of remand. Okay, end step dress down. 2 can play that game. Could also get a grist. I think I like messenger better though. I would much prefer, like, I can stick the Yawg here, but then we can't leave dress down up. I think we play out the Geist and then just pass from here. And I could dress down from here, but I think we wait on that. Okay, they're hitting me with that. No text. They do still have 1, 2, 3. How did that happen? Is this still... This still applies? Huh. Is that correct? Okay, I guess I lose. Good to know. All right. All right. I think I'm gonna pull the dress downs then. It was a little too cute. Bring back in a grist. and a fourth wolf, a third wolf. Yeah, it's weird that that layering works like that. This hand is fine. We'll keep it. I feel like isn't that all lands are all basic land types? Isn't that an ability? I feel like that shouldn't work like that. Convoluted Magic rules. Yeah, so I could have left a Chord for a Dryad, but I feel like that's just not great. All right, so they're representing a Spiral, potentially Remand. Second Evo is not very good. We do have a fairly quick hand though. A little bit of a race going on here. So the official ruling, Dryad's ability that provides additional and types happens in layer 4, while an ability adding, removing happens in layer 6. Because we take these in order, land types have changed already by the time the Dryad loses its abilities. So despite the fact that it has no abilities at the end of the process, the lands are changed. Sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me. That clarified absolutely nothing. Do you swing for 2? Yes. Card that blows us out here is Fury. I think we go for this line here. Okay, so they're evoing. This is not end step. We won't get the trigger. Just want to make sure there's nothing else I want to do here. See if we survive our next turn here. I guess they can go like Growth Spiral into Scapeshift. Sure, Fury. Okay, they don't have a land drop, which is really good for us. That's not a bad draw. We really wanted a land there, but Wall of Roots isn't terrible. So I think we plus here. Play out our wall. Court on their turn, and then try to kill on our turn. They are a land off of being able to activate their Valakut as well. Ren in 6, okay. Sure. This has been a real back and forth affair here. So the question is, do we... What do we do with our grist? We start by plussing our grist. All right, they veil. This is very, it feels like a very close game here. So that's 3 points from the Valakut trigger here. 6 mana. Scapeshift. So I think we can win through this. So if they fetch right now, they 3. This is a little tricky. Okay. So they fetch. Okay. I'm not sure we can win now at this point. I guess the way we win here, do we still have it in the deck? Okay, the way we win here is we get ourselves a Prosperous Innkeeper. Yeah, I think that's the way we can win this. I don't know if it will be enough life, but we'll probably just be at parity. I guess we're probably just gonna lose here. Yeah, Veil of Summer did us dirty this match. up, Cliffy? What's happening? Long time no see. We're looking for a Chord of Calling here. We have not seen one yet. 30 cards into our deck. Oh, I guess we saw one. Okay, here's the Chord. Even with the Chord, I don't think... we have double endurance. So we'll be able to go up a little bit of life. I don't think this is good enough though. I don't think this does the job. Alright, there's endurance number 1. Maybe we can. We can just cycle endurances and just gain a bunch of life. This is one of those situations where we're not going to have enough time to do all this, I don't think. We got 8 minutes left. Force of Vigor, that doesn't do anything. I guess we can also have Besage You. Do we have a Besage You? Well, the triggers are going to go on the stack from the Valakut, so it's gonna cut us off of that line. Oh no, I sacrificed Lone Creature. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, yeah, we're done. Alright, yeah, that was a mistake. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. Yeah, but I think we could have actually gained... We might have been able to put ourselves out of lethal with just cycling through endurances. It depends on how many green cards we have in our deck, but that was unfortunate. That's a misclick. Alright, we are up. This is match 4. We are up against the Dogfish. Currently 1 and 2 in our Modern League. We are on the play. Let's do it. Yawgmoth with a blue splash. What's the interaction with Besage You and Vesuva, or Valakut as well? How does that work? This opening 7's a mulligan. Our 6 is solid though. We'll keep this 6. I think we get rid of the wolf here. I would have to Besage You beforehand, and then they just get another Valakut, I guess. Alright, they lead off of on Godless Shrine, which makes me think something like Reanimator. I'm gonna sit down here. The fact that they took the Grist here. Alright, we have double endurance. I think we're gonna bring the beats. That's probably wrong. I probably should have played out an endurance. Yeah, so I can loop the endurances. I can get more treasure tokens as well by sacrificing the innkeeper at the right moment, and then tutoring for it again. All right, we're getting ephemerated here. They have 3 cards in hand right now. What did they discard? Another Solitude? Or a Kaya? When you're in the 1 and 2 bracket... Oh, wait. No. I don't want to cast that. Oh, it wasn't an Ephemerate. Never mind. Yes, I do. Joke's on them. We gained 2 life off of that interaction. Is this another Kaya here? They're gonna exile our Birds of Paradise. What in the world? Menace lifelink. Gotcha. Alright, Yawgmoth, not bad. We're gonna take a hit from this Flesh Gorger. I haven't actually seen one of these things. I don't know. The fact that they do that like that is a little weird, but... This feels like we're getting ephemerated. Or our opponent just wants to gain life. Okay. Oh. I had auto yields on. It wouldn't have mattered. I only have 1 endurance, but good to know. Two mana. So we need a land off the top. That is not a land. Alright, taking a hit for 6. We need land into land. Not the land we wanted, but I suppose it will do. And we are projecting an endurance here. Telegraphing. I don't think we shuffle anything. Get rid of the Yawgmoth. Alright, they're attacking with the Solitude again. Priced into blocking it. This is a reanimate of some sort. Yeah. Cool, man. We've been solituded, I think, 19 times so far this game. How many times have we been solituded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It's a little hard to win when that's the case. Alright. Alright, I get it. Alright, how do we want to approach this? I feel like our blue cards are pretty good in this matchup. This feels like a deck that's tailor-made to beat Yawgmoth. This is rough. So I'm going to treat this kind of like it's scam. So if they don't have any, all their removal is like it's not damage based. I think I can pull a wolf. Alright, we're going to pull most of our tutors here. This is not an acceptable 7-card hand. 6-card hand is decent. We'll keep this. And kind of like what we did before, we're going to ship our Yawgmoth. I would imagine they have Grief Ephemerate as well. And might even have like a Stoneforge package. This does not feel like a favored matchup. Incoming Grief. Incoming Ephemerate. This is rough. Rough to watch. Rough to be on the receiving end of. Our best draw step here is a land. Like regardless of which one they take, we'll be able to cast the other one. So I think this was actually a mistake on our opponent's part. They should have taken the cards we can play and then ephemerate. When they ephemerate the Grief back on their turn, they would have been able to get the Yawgmoth with that. But now we can actually cast our Endurance. So the hope is we draw a land here. Alright, or not. I'm going to fetch now. I think we have to get a tomb, unfortunately. Yeah, this is fine. Take your pick. It's like, how do they have so many cards in their hand? Feels to me like this Endurance is probably going to die. This is just rude. Like I can block the Grief here. Doesn't feel very good though. I don't think that's what we want to do. So we're just going to attack. We'll let them get a hit in with the Grief. Like our best draw is a Grist, I think. They can also just Grief us during our draw step. Not great. If they have like a Solitude Ephemerate, we just lose. We'll see if they pop the explosives here. trying to dodge a Yawgmoth. This is a race we are losing. The reason I'm not chump blocking is just because they have so many reanimate spells. It feels like we're just 2 for 1-ing ourselves. It doesn't feel like it's a trade-off that would be profitable for us. Alright, now we are in a position to start doing stuff. Maybe. Or maybe not. Alright, yeah, we're going to protect our grief here. If they have a persist, I mean, we're going to protect our grist, I mean. Okay. Sure. It's weird they did it like that. That was strange. They only have 1 card in hand. Our grist is going to go down to 2 here. They can draw with the castle. They'll lose 3 life if they do that. Like, best draw is Yawgmoth. Sure. Yawgmoth 1 time. Not a Yawgmoth. Alright, we plus here. So they're priced into attacking the grist with both of their griefs, assuming they don't have some sort of a removal spell. Which is fine. Sure. Scry 2 to the bottom. We really need like Yawgmoth into Yawgmoth. That is how we get out of this situation. Okay. All right, never mind. Good times. All right, I'm scooping this one up. That was just demoralizing. All right, we are on the draw. This hand's a little bit slow. They're on 6 cards. This is kind of like a 6-card hand already with the Blood Artist. If they have something like a Ragavan, this hand is not going to be good enough. On the play, I would definitely keep this. You know what, we're on the draw. I think I'm going to keep this. This is close. This is very close. This is match 5 of our Modern League, by the way. Daman and Demir is who we are playing against. We're currently 1-3. We have been demoralized up to this point. If they're playing Burn, this is not a good hand for this either. So kind of what I alluded to. We're going to take a hit from a Ragvan here. Alright, let's see what they get. Hopefully a land. Wall of Roots. That is okay. Okay, have yourself a Wall of Roots.
Hi, bud. What's that?
Thank you. Be done in just a moment. We'll fetch upkeep. We're gonna get a basic forest. Feels like might be a Blood Moon deck we're playing against. And that was not great. It's because I feel like they might be playing Blood Moon. I'm actually gonna fetch another basic here. And we'll get a Geist out, and then we will pass turn from there. Okay, this is Spike's Heliod combo deck. I do believe they play Blood Moon. So I think we just keep our endurance up and pass the turn. Feels like a deck where a Necromentia would probably be pretty good against it. You might need to use this Besage, that might come in handy. Having the Heliod and the Wall of Roots, it's kind of like, it's a little bit of synergy because they can use it to cast their Ballista, and then if they have another land they can also pump it on my turn. Let's see if they have it. Is this a Ranger? Ranger Captain? Doesn't line up particularly well against Besage, though. Yes. Giver, okay. They tapped their mana a little weird there because they could have cast their Giver. Play out Endurance. And now we're one turn off of a Yawgmoth. Grist isn't bad, but if we play out Grist, we can't leave up Besage, which we might need to do. They missed their land drop. 3, 4. I feel like we need to take the risk here and play out our Grist. There goes our Dryad Arbor, which is what I was going to fetch for. Never where you need it to be when you need it. I hope we have one more turn. I think the fact that they're missing land drops gives us a little bit of room to breathe. Here's the Giver that they should have played out last turn, I'm guessing. Heliod is almost a creature here. It was a weird potential attack there. So we have ourselves Blood Artist Chord into Yawg. That was actually really good double hitting there. Because that means we can have Besage you up. That was really, really good. Okay, that's fine. We can just do this during their turn. So this is a Ballista. Which is fine. Okay, and another Ballista, also fine. We can deal with this. So the first thing to go is the Giver. All right, they scoop. All right. So we can exile Heliod with the Might, so that might be worth bringing in. Feels like these 7 are the contenders. Endurance doesn't feel very good. Grist feels fine, but I think there's room for improvement. Shave some number of birds. A Geist. And leave it at that. This is a Blood Moon deck. Maybe I shave Messenger and bring back a bird. I imagine they're probably going to bring in Fury post-board as well. What happened? We had a Yawgmoth and they scooped. Alright, the mulligan is 6. Our hand is interactive, so I'm going to keep it. I think this is fine. Trust down's a nice little insurance policy against Ballista. So here I think we fetch basic to start with. Our mana is going to be a little bit funky if we need double black, but I think we need to go this line. Give her into Ballista. Okay. I think I want to keep the peat land here. And then it's, do we ramp with the Innkeeper or do we play out the Geist? I think we play out the Geist. Or actually, Innkeeper gives us the ability to... No. Yeah, I think it's Geist here. Like, they can't kill us next turn, so we got at least another turn to do stuff. If they Blood Moon us, that would be really bad, but... I guess we have the Besage, if need be. Feels like a prismatic ending, maybe? Okay, ending the might. No life gain off that one. Got dress down number 2. And Innkeeper actually plays nice with this interaction here because we do have a blue source if we need it. Heliod's fine. Okay, so here I think I'm actually going to get the Dried Arbor. We're going to get a Yawg on our turn. And that was decent. So they should have given protection in response, so they're going to be... Yes, we are kind of like mowing down our whole board, but... kind of need to do what you need to do. will swing for 3. And then next turn, we're like pretty close to the kill here. As long as they don't kill us. They're thinking. Ragavan is fine. Okay, yeah, we're fine with Ragavan. That doesn't really matter. They have a Thoughtseize. That's annoying. Thoughtseize does matter. And they're not using it. Oh, wow. That would have shut us down a little bit there. All right, Yawgmoth, pretty good draw. I'm gonna do this right now. If they have some form of a removal spell, they get us, but they don't. All right. So it was a tough league. It was a tough league to slog through. We had some interesting matchups and some challenging matchups, but definitely not, I wouldn't call it a successful league, but it was an interesting league. And it seemed like the blue splash in the matches we played, it felt like it was relevant. It felt decent. You know, I did make the mistake with the dress down against the Scapeshift deck, where I thought it would shut them off of being able to kill us there. So probably not worth bringing in that matchup, but otherwise, like, the Flusterstorms came in handy a couple of times. The dress downs came in handy a couple of times, or at least gave us like the insurance we needed so we didn't lose. So it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but I think we just kind of we were on the short end of things when it came to our opponent's draws and them having the outs and then my misclick. I don't know if we would have been able to win that matchup against Scapeshift, but I think we at least had a shot to get ourselves out of lethal range. So it is what it is. Anyway, I'm checking out everybody. I will be back on tomorrow, I think. I can't really go anywhere. I can't really do anything because I'm sick, so I'm just staying inside and playing Magic. So my dog is ready for a walk though, so I gotta get out of here to do that. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow. I'll probably have this up on YouTube tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, head over to my YouTube. Please give me a follow. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already here, following is a great way to show your support. If you have a Prime sub and want to use it, I'm forever grateful to you for doing so as well. And my Patreon. Head over to my Patreon for a sideboard guide, Yawgmoth sideboard guide. There's 2 of them there, and there's lots of resources, so feel free to check that out as well. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you, Jesse, for the well wishes. I felt pretty bad this morning, but I'm feeling a little better right now, getting to spend some time with everybody. So this is my my socializing for the time being. So everybody, I'll see you next time tomorrow. Maybe we'll play the challenge tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Until then, everybody be well.